We're out here today. Got the Chris-Craft out. It's been a long time since we've been to the lake, so we're gonna give it a test after putting a new impeller in it and fixing some other stuff on it. Hopefully we get further out than last time and don't have any major problems. We're out here in the water. Gauges are all reading something. Oil pressure good. Engine still in the hole. Got the engine man back here keeping an eye on things. We're going to stay fairly close to the ramp because if we know anything about this boat, it does not paddle well. But I do have a trolling motor in the back we can clamp onto it somehow. So here we go. Not much, but okay, we did a little driving. Didn't have the camera out because I was using both hands. Oil pressure still looks good.
I know your motor's a lot quieter than mine.
Temperature hasn't been working, so maybe the gauge doesn't work, but it hasn't blowed up yet. If it wasn't pumping water, it would have burned a hole in something by now, I'm sure. We did get it up to 41 miles an hour, though, and that was not quite wide open throttle. We made it back to the ramp. The motor's running good. Sounds good, very quiet. Good oil pressure, even at idle when it's hot. It's down to like 45 pounds. There was a little bit of smoke in the engine bay, but I assume that's because that's Rust-Oleum paint on the exhaust and the engine block. I got to get the water temp gauge fixed because it was showing 0 degrees for a long time, like that, and then my dad came over and started banging on it, and then it said 280 degrees, and I'm hoping it was neither of those, but we'll see. So next time we take it out, I'll try to get more footage. I was focusing on driving and watching the gauges, and he had his head in the engine bay most of the time, so neither one of us had a free hand. So hopefully everything's good on this thing. I'd really like to get it out a few times this summer after putting all that work into it. Here he comes. You can see him up there doing the long back up. Most people turn around, but he likes to show off, I guess, and back all the way around the corner. One thing I haven't figured out, well, I haven't figured out a lot of things, but one of the things I haven't figured out is how these stupid roller trailers work. I'd much rather have a set of bunks. So we'll see if we can get it on here straight in one try. All right, so I got some gauges here. I said in the last part that the temperature gauge and the tack weren't working on that boat. So these are some gauges out of another boat that's just about as old, but they've been in here for a few years collecting dust. So I guess I'll try taking this water temperature gauge and this tack out of here and see if they work. The gauges in the Chris-Craft already don't match, so I guess it won't really matter if these don't look quite the same. So I'll go again and get a wrench and take these out of here. All right, got them out. Not sure exactly how they hook up. I got a S, a G, and an I on the water temperature gauge, and I got an S, a G, and an I on the tack. I assume the G is ground and the S is signal, maybe. I don't know if you can can see that. And then the eye, I don't know. So I'll look that up and see if I can figure it out. Hopefully this tack will work and fit in the same hole. Might wipe some of the dust off of it. But, yep. All right, we're out here on the boat now. Instead of fighting with going through this little hole here, I'm gonna try to take these screws out and pull this whole panel out, so maybe I can work on it from the back side. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm not sure if the tack's gonna fit, but we'll see here in a minute. All right, I got the gauges out. These are a little bit different. These are all spade terminals on the back, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this last little thumb screw off. It's really tight. And we'll see if the new old tack will fit in this hole. This has a dial on it. It says 2, 4, 6, 8. I tried every spot and none of them made a difference for the LS motor. This tack has a dial and it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm not really sure where that should be. If the tack moves, I'll know I'm getting somewhere and I can just adjust it and see if I can get it to read right. Alright, I had to use the old bracket to hold it on because this tack, the signal wire and the ground wire go through the studs that mount it, and if I use the new one, they would be connected basically, and then I'd be grounding my signal out, which I assume wouldn't work well. So I got these nuts on here. Because the old one had spade terminals and this one was ring terminals, I made up some of these here, which is just a ring terminal crimped to a spade terminal, so I can put this ring terminal on here like that, and I'll bend it out at a 90 kind of sorta, and then use the spade terminal in to hook up the factory wiring, and hopefully that works. Alright, there it is with the little adapters I got made in there. I got my power coming in. I assume that's what goes there because that's where it was on the other one. Ground is on the G and the tack wire is on the S. So hopefully that works. I won't know till I get it back out so I can start it up on the water. I'll probably preemptively turn this dial. I'll get my knife out and I'll turn that up to the highest number because I assume it would be an 8-cylinder. And we'll go from there. Got the old water temperature gauge out. This panel doesn't have near as much slack in the wiring, but I still got it out enough to take this out. So now I've got this new gauge that is from the 80s, and it fits in the hole, so that's good. I don't know that my hold down will work. Yeah, it might work. Gonna try to get it hooked up. I have to build a couple more of my little adapter things because I forgot about getting hookups for this one. So once I get those made up, I'll be back in here and hook that up. Alright, I didn't record putting this one in because it was kind of a bear. Couldn't hardly get the wires to reach, but it's in there now. It almost matches if it wasn't for the fact that the rim sticks out. The tack looks okay. I'm gonna go through and clean up all this trash and extra bolts that came off the other gauges, and hopefully get this thing back out on the water soon to test it out. I did bump the key just to see, and the tack was moving, so that's good. It should read. Whether or not it reads accurately, I don't know, but something terrible has happened to the compass, so that's not good. All right, that about wraps up this video on the Chris Craft. In the next video, we'll take it back out and test out the new gauges, see if they work. There was a little bit of water getting in the back. I'm not sure if it was residual that was running off the sides of the hull on the inside, because the stringers in the back of this boat don't have any holes in them for water to run down to the bilge to run out the hole. So I'm thinking maybe when we put it in a steep curve and the boat was leaning, that water was running off those sides. It's my hope anyways, but we're gonna test the bilge pump, make sure it's still working, and then take it back out again in the next video. So thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.